Hi there, beer fans. As you can see, I've been spending my money again. I've bought some beers from Green Jack in Lowestoft, who are an absolutely phenomenal brewer. And I noticed on the website they had an old ale, so I decided to pick some more beers up. They gifted me a couple, gifted me an extra glass and an extra beer, which I am going to gift to somebody at work I know is going to like them. And I like to do that, you know. I like to do when I get freebies from brewers, which doesn't happen often. I don't expect it. I never expect it. I always like to pay my way. But they did send me a free wheat orange beer and a glass. And yeah, can't work can have those. And I bought him one of these as well because I like other people to try these beers when they're really good. So I'm looking at this one, which is an old ale. Now, old ales. If you imagine a really strong, slow, sipping beer that feels, at the moment, this sort of beer feels like a winter warmer in a glass. That's kind of what they are. They tend to be deep, darker, nice, deep malt flavour, a touch of sweetness in there. Sometimes they can be a little bit more than a touch of sweetness, but it's always well done. A little bit of fruitiness. If you think about flavours like toffee and dried fruit and a gentle warmth that comes with a stronger beer, rich rather than bitter, those sorts of beers. It's the sort of beers I want to spend a little bit more time with. They're like old friends, even though in this case I've never had one of these before. Can you see that all right? You can see that, can't you? Yes, you can. This is Worthog from the, like I said, the rather brilliant Green Jack Brewery in Lowestoft. They're absolutely amazing. This beer comes in at 11.5% ABV. It is classed as an old ale. Let's get comfortable with it, shall we? Welcome to Andy's Beer Reviews, everybody. I have just noticed on the back it says brewed 29th of November 2018. So this has been 7 years in the making. So yeah, bottled on 23rd of January this year. So I can't remember how much I paid for this. If you go to the Green Jack website, website, it'll be on there. But this is why we love these beers. They're just absolutely fantastic. Old ales, you might think you've never had an old ale, but if you think about, and I've usually got one around somewhere, think about Theakston's Old Peculiar, it's kind of an old ale. Robinson's Old Tom, we all know as an old ale. Old Roger from Marsden's, Harvey's Old Ale, all the good ones are. One you don't see anymore, and if they're listening, which you never do, I might give them a proper shout out on social media. Bateman's, bring back Dark Lord, bring it back as a special or something like that. It is a phenomenal old ale, and it needs to be enjoyed again by people. Look at Fuller's, the 1845 Fuller's, or their vintage ale, which I've still got to drink. And now we're in December, I'll have to get around to drinking it. Is kind of an old ale. They're not all classed as old ales. I did also buy from Green Jack a barley wine. Now, barley wines and old ales, it's turning to right less than this, isn't it? I didn't expect to just sort of crack it open and start drinking it. Barley wines and old ales are similar, very similar. What I find interesting is I tend to think of old ales as being like 4.5 to 6.5%, but this is 11.5%. I don't know. I would have put this more in the barley wine category because barley wines tend to be 8-9% plus. So for me, it'd fall into that. Tim, who owns Green Jack, he's more of an expert on these things than me. It might be just the fact they've already got this Ripper barley wine. They've decided not to call it a barley wine, but to call it an old ale. I don't know. Tim, if you ever get around to watching this, I've seen some stuff on the socials. Just let me know why you class it as an old ale. I know there's some slight, from a brewing perspective, some slight technical differences between that and a barley wine. I'd love to know because I do not understand the difference. Let's crack this open. I have got a load of these. I love these glasses. I love these. Great brewery, great drinks, and one of my favourite pint glasses, I have to say. Now, I always struggle to open these. Let's see if I manage it. Way, he's opened it. That was quite easy compared to some that I've had to open. I don't know whether I'll be drinking all this on camera, because I've still got some. I've got a rum advent calendar I need to have as well. Not much of a head, but it's an 8.5% beer. They don't hold heads. There'll be something in there about the alcohol and the protein it needs in there. It won't hold a really good head when you pour them at home like this. I think on draft it probably pours a little bit better because of, I don't know. I was starting to sound like I knew what I was talking about there, didn't I? And I realised when I started getting that bit of conversation out, I've got a clue what I'm talking about. But it's not a bad head, is it? Look at that beer. So these are always fermented in a bottle. There will be, and I can't always forget when I pour their beers, what they prefer to do is pour it into a jug first, then from the jug into glass, because the chugging away is going to potentially release some sediment that's at the bottom of the bottle there, and you're going to get in the beer, and it doesn't always make the beer look its best or potentially taste its best. I don't mind sediment personally. That's my own personal view. I really don't mind it at all. For me, it's extra flavour. It just gives an extra bit of richness and a bit of extra oomph to the beer. So I don't mind it. Beer in the glass then. It's a posh bottle, brewery brought beer, so we're going to do all the posh stuff with it. It has poured a dark copper, dark amber, hazy. Not much of a head, just off white head. Not much head there on there, is there? But you know, that's a nice looking pint. Let's have a little snifter. I haven't done this for beer for ages. Oh. Some beers, we all have this, I think, as beer drinkers. We all have a style of beer or something about a beer, and you maybe look at it or you smell it, and it just releases all these good hot endorphins. And I am full of really good endorphins now because this smells really nice. It smells dark. It smells fruity. There's a little bit of sweetness coming there. It's got that lovely little sherry, porty type aroma coming through as well. And the whole thing just shouts, stop fucking talking, Andy, and drink me. So without further ado, we're going to drink it. Cheers, everybody. If you fast forward it, it's the right place now, this video. I'll take it easy. Excuse me. I'll take it easy. I know a few people on the videos don't like it when I neck them, particularly this strong. They don't think I get the flavours or the feel of the beer, and I do. Oh. Right. Beer. It is rich, it is malty. There's a lovely sweetness to it. Nothing like overly sweet. There's just a beautiful, beautiful sweetness coming through. You've got that kind of you got that fruitiness, which gives almost like Madeira sherry type flavour coming through. I have to say, for this beer, I'm going to buy some more of these. For this beer, it's sweet. It's not overly sweet. The sweetness isn't out of place. The sweetness is just sitting just right with the rest of the pint, and just saying, sweetness I'm here. Is your little, do you know, like I don't know how many people drink port or sherry, and there's a sweetness to it, but that sweetness is in the right place. It's not like, we all know brewers that will do a dessert style stout, and the sweetness just seems to be all over the place, a little bit awkward where it sits. This isn't. This this sweetness is just in the absolutely right place, exactly where it should be, exactly the levels it should be. ABV. Yeah, do you know what? You know you're drinking something that's a little bit stronger than a traditional pint. Yeah, do you know what? I'd maybe picture about 8.5%. I think the ABV is coming through nicely. It's not a harsh bitterness. It's not a harsh alcohol bite. It's a lovely, delicious, smooth. It complements the, excuse me, it complements the flavours of the beer really, really well. Yes, you got this richness of the malt and the sweetness and the fruitiness and that little Madeira sherry. It's like a gorgeous. My old mum used to make absolutely gorgeous homemade fruitcakes, and it's got that sort of feel about it. I'm going to put that away because I'm going to drink this over the evening because I am going to enjoy this beer. A pint's enough. I've got a colleague who doesn't work for us anymore. Always wants to see me drinking too much, so that's stupid on camera. He's not going to see it with this video. It's really smooth. Those Madeira sherry, there's probably a technical brewing term, notes are absolutely fantastic. It's heavy on the richness, but not too heavy. It's sweet rather than any hoppy bitterness coming through. There's a little bit there. You get it. There's hops in there, so you're going to get a little bit of bitterness coming through. For me, it's the flavors. It's the smoothness. It's that fruit cakey type flavor that's coming through, which just is an absolute winner. Cam, I know you're never going to watch these videos, but I am gifting you one of these bottles, and the orange wheat and the glass. You'll love it, mate. I tell you, you will like it. It is just a tremendous little drink. I wonder if I do this on cask. Tell you what, you guys in Lowestoft, if this is on cask in some pub somewhere, you won't get me out of it. It is just really nice. And if this is in a pub where there's a bloody fire roaring as well, absolutely fantastic. On other news, I did read today, well, obviously, kind of Black Sheep got bought out by what's the name's company. They now seem to be struggling a little bit, which is a shame. Hopefully, Black Sheep will survive from that. Also saw today, a slightly different note, Brewdog are changing the recipe of Punk IPA, the beer that started it all for them. I think what is it, like 15 years ago, something like that, it was all started. And so they were kind of looking back and saying, well, okay, in 15 years ago, these are all the hops we've got. Now we've got these different hops. And I don't remember what hop is going to be in it. Citrus in it, going to be in it, in the recipe. And I can't remember. Oh, Crush. I think it's Crush, which is a really nice hop. Sure, it's Crush. Really nice hop, really aromatic, really punchy flavour. I think the new one, even if it doesn't change ABV, I think the new Brewdog Punk IPA is going to be an absolute winner. I can't wait to try it, if I'm being brutally honest. It's going to be a lovely, lovely beer. It's not, do you know what? I think it's nice. I think you're going to get a lot of people that look at it and go, fucking hell, there's something messy about this Punk IPA. But you know what? They're absolutely right. If there's some better hops out there now or some better technique, why not use them? Why not use them? I think it's going to be a nice beer. Anyway, I think I've been talking a bit rubbish through that. So I'm going to wrap it up. Beer. Right. absolutely fantastic, really nice. Yeah, it's fruitcake. I can't think of any better way of describing it. You got that richness and that maltiness. That there's a little bit of dark treacle in there. There's a little bit of, not a little bit, there's a nice fruitiness, that nice little sweetness coming through. You got that Madeira sherry. Is it Madeira sherry? I don't know. I keep thinking Madeira and sherry. Flavour in there as well, and an ABV which just absolutely suits it down to the absolute ground. It's a really nice bigger. Ultimately, bags of flavour and bags of yumminess. That's right, folks. It is for me. This is a 10 out of 10 beer. These guys, for me, they are for this year. Sorry, last year they got my award for Brewery of the Year. Absolutely fantastic. And they've knocked it out of the park again. If I could live anywhere in the UK, it'd probably be Lowestoft, just so I can drink more of the beers, because a lot of them don't come out in bottles. You can only get them on cask, and so you got to visit a pub to drink them. But yeah, you guys down there, fucking lucky, I tell you. It's a 10 out of 10 from Andy's Beer Reviews for Warthog Old Ale from Green Jack. Fantastic little beer. I've got a little bit left in there, which I'm gonna do. Open my not interested, I'm gonna tell you anyway. I'm gonna open my rum advent calendar, do that one, review that one on, not review, do the typed up review online. It'll go on Untapped. I'm not gonna do it on video. But yeah, then I'm gonna finish this off. That's it. Thanks for watching. Drop me a comment. Have you had it? If you have, what do you think about it? What do you think about Green Jack as a brewer? If you've had it, if you've had any Green Jack beers, what is your favourite beer? Let me know. Drop me a like. If you like to see some old guy in his 50s rambling on about beers and all sorts of stupid stuff, then drop me a sub, please, and I will see you all for the next review. Don't know when it'll be. I've had a couple of days off, and I might remember a couple of days off. Don't know yet. Until then, please look after yourselves. Look after your beers. Cheers.